Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel and another layout for the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfiles design team. I've already done quite a bit of work on this off camera, so I just wanted to come on live and just quickly explain what I am up to. So I'm using the Stacked Books cut file as my main cut file, and then I've also used the Doghouse cut file here. So I have cut this out quite small and I've gone ahead and backed all that off camera. And I'm just using the Pebbles Avenue collection mainly for this. This wood grain and this check print are a Simple Stories paper, but everything else is from that Pebbles collection. So I've cut that out on white, backed it, and then I've gone ahead and cut out the books in black just so they would stand out a little bit better. But the main thing I want to show you that I've done is I've cut this text print paper a little smaller than the size of this page. I just used the negative space of the cut file and traced around it, did that by hand and cut it slightly smaller all the way around. And I think I'm going to pop this up on foam just to create a little bit more dimension, like it is a page of text. And then also what I've done is when I backed this, I haven't stuck this part down to here, so you can see that's all still separate. So I think what I'm actually going to do is go in with my scissors and just snip this part of the cut file here, so that I can pop this page up on foam and create extra dimension, like it's actually a page lifting up. So that is my plan. And then this is going to go over on this page, and then I think I'm going to put a photo sort of layered between. These are my photos. This was my son at Book Week for his school dress up for Book Week. He went as Pig the Grub. My main photo will probably go right around here, like that maybe. And then this is just close up of the little tail I made. It was really cute, so I want to add this somewhere, so I think I'll probably put this down here. Haven't picked my background paper yet, so that's all still to come, but I just want to show you where I'm at. Oh, I'm also planning on putting one of the little dogs from the ephemera pack. There are little dogs in here, so I'm going to put one of those inside the doghouse, because why not? And I also want to find some alphas so I can put Pig up in the little nameplate here on the dog house, because the dog is Pig. So really cute. I'm really excited for this already, even though it's only half finished. I can see where it's going to go and I'm loving it, so very excited. Alright, so I'm just going right ahead and doing exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm just going to snip this little bit of a cut file, and that's really, it doesn't matter, it's not going to hurt it. You can't see that it has been snipped by the time it's all put together. So I've added my foam behind the edge. I just added a thin strip. I just want the edge lifting up slightly just to create a shadow. And here I'm just tracing that bit of book paper on a bit of scrap cardstock that I have. It's a heavyweight cardstock. I decided against using foam. I didn't want quite that much dimension behind that part. I just wanted a hint of a shadow, just a little bit more dimension than paper stuck to paper. So adding this extra layer will provide that for me. And I do give you a close-up of this in a minute so you can see it. It looks more dimensional in real life, so it gave me exactly the right amount of dimension that I was looking for. It might not translate well to camera, but there you can see that slight shadow, and you can see the shadow that lifted up edge is giving as well. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put my little alphas down in that nameplate before I forget, because I knew that was definitely a detail that I wanted to add. And most people probably wouldn't notice this on the page. It's just a tiny little detail that I know I will notice, and especially I know my son will notice when he is flipping through this album later. So I'm just using these teeny tiny alpha tile stickers from Kaisercraft, and they're just black and white. And I'm just spelling out Pig, and I am overlapping them slightly. There's quite a bit of extra space on them, so I just wanted them to fit in there, and they're the perfect size. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly back the rest of this cut file, and I'm using the trace and cut method, which is the one I probably use the most. And if you have trouble backing cut files, or you just find it a real chore and you do struggle, I would suggest that this is probably one of the more friendly ones for you to use. There aren't a lot of teeny tiny intricate pieces. Most of the sections are quite large and geometric, so this is basically a rectangle with rounded off ends. And like all those little tiny book pages, I just backed with one single piece of paper. So yeah, this was definitely one of the quicker and easier cut files to back if you're someone that does struggle with that. So I'm just going through and using a few different kind of varieties of pattern papers to back this cut file. I just want a little bit of variety between colors and patterns. So there we go, that is all done. I am going to use this paper from the collection to put a border on my page, and I'm choosing this paper because I've really struggled with it. When I ordered it, I thought it would make a really nice background, but when it arrived, it was far too kind of trippy on the eyes, I guess is the best way I can think of how to describe it. It's got that kind of optical illusion effect where I look at it and it feels like it's moving. It makes me feel quite ill. So yeah, I struggle with it. So using it as a thin border here is really going to just decrease that effect. So I've just added a little bit of glue all the way around, and then I went in with my sewing machine and did a line of stitching all the way around the outside of that. And I use glue instead of adhesive tape because adhesive tape can gum up your sewing machine. And mine's at least 10 years old and it's still going strong, so I want to keep it going as long as I can. Right, I've trimmed my photos down. I've just left a thin white border on there, and I'm going to play around with them. I did think I was going to put that tail photo further down, but I ended up tucking it between the pages and I actually really love how it looks. I feel like it looks like a bookmark or something falling out of the page. If you're anything like me, you tuck things inside books all the time, so I just really liked how it looked there. I'm coming in with some of the puffy alphas from the collection, and I'm just going to put Making Memories down. This is more of a subtitle than a main title because I do want my main title to be Book Week. I do end up actually switching this out, so I was going to put Book Week on the green and have this down here on the spot, but it just disappeared too much and I'm not liking it there. So I'm going to pull this off, move it up onto the green where it stands out a lot more nicely, and then I'm going to use these black alphas for Book Week, and I just like these because they remind me of an old book type font. So I am just going to spell them out there, and they stand out a lot better on that pattern paper because they are that bold black. Right, now I'm coming in with a Distress Oxide. This is in the Chip Sapphire. It's a nice dark navy, and this stamp from Kaiser Craft. And we're just going to do some background stamping. And I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but it was exactly what I wanted. You saw me do a little victory dance there. I was really pleased with how it turned out. So when I'm using these larger stamps from Kaiser Craft, I tend to just leave them on the backing plastic and stamp them like that. I am not using a stamping block. I am just keeping it on the clear backing that it comes on and stamping it down. And I'm just going for a very rough effect. You can see it gives an uneven effect. It doesn't stamp even pressure all the way across. And that's what I like. That's what I'm going for here. So I really just want that effect. And I love how that looks on the page, especially when it's a page about books. It's just the perfect kind of script font. I'm just really pleased with how it turned out. It was a bit of a on-the-fly decision, and it paid off. So I'm really pleased. Just coming in now with my ATG and adding some tape all the way around the back of that very large cut file, making sure I add plenty because it is a big cut file. And I have also glued down my photos, well, taped down my photos and my little doghouse. And now I'm coming in with my embellishments, and I did choose this little Cocker Spaniel just because he fits in there really nicely. Those die cuts, by the way, I have gone through with my scissors and fussy cut off the large white edge that these all came with. It did take a while, but that is something I do like to do with these Pebbles collections because they come with that really thick kind of border on the die cuts, and I don't like that. So yeah, just in case you're wondering why they look a bit different. I found that little bee. I love him there. I'm going to use this little Hello House just to cover up that handle on my sliding door there. I wasn't loving that. It was standing out a bit too much on the photo. I love this newspaper, but I can't get it to work, so I put it back. I am trying to add in a couple more cats and dogs, and I do end up finding the perfect ones on the sticker sheet, so I love this little dog down here, and I'm going to add a few of those gold hearts as well. And I find that cat, I really like his little floral cluster, so I pop him in there. And then I'm going through a few more of my stickers. I really like this note to self, so that's going to serve as the title for that spine of that top book. Adding a little tiny word sticker to the negative space in this photo. I use quite a few of the stickers on this layout from the large sticker sheet. Little acorn, I'll add another leaf to this little cluster as well. Like I said, a few more of those gold hearts. I think I used up the rest of those gold hearts actually, all the ones I had left. I would have liked to add a couple more, but I ran out. Another little tiny acorn. I do add in a few little flowers and bits and pieces as well. I'm starting to glue these things down now, but I will come in a minute and add some more stickers because, yeah, more, right? So here we go, more stickers. I really felt like it needed a few more little sprigs of leaves and things around the place. So just tuck that in next to those flowers, and another little golfer leaf down in this gap. And then flicking through, finding some more leaves. I just want to add a couple off to the side of the doghouse there, behind the books, that empty space. And then some at the top of my second photo in that little empty space as well. You guys know I hate empty blank white space, and I've used a white background, so that was bound to happen. Glue down my little bee, and then the very last thing I'm going to do is add some Champagne Gold Nouveau drops in groups of 3 all the way around the layout. And that's it. That's my layout finished. I'm super pleased with this one. It turned out so great. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check the description box for the links to the COAPA Cutfiles Etsy shop and Facebook group, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.